Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Room 2025. I'll be your teacher, James Alvin Martinez. You can call me Mr. Martinez, or you can call me Mr. Marty. For those of you that have had me in class before, you're used to hearing my disembodied voice on some of the notes that I'll give you. I've been teaching in SAISD for 28. This is the start of my 28th year. This year, I will teach Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, AP Calculus, AB, and Student Council. I'm very passionate about mathematics, and I'm very passionate about Student Council as well. So for those of you that have me for those classes, get ready, because I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to math. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and start with you with a video, and this is how nerdy I am. I find videos of nerds that share a lot of things in common with me. So here's one.
Rule that we could add that everybody should have to follow.
We can raise our hands.
Raising your hand. We could raise our hands. What else?
What about whenever we play outside with the sports and we get the balls and we go play with the jump ball, everybody gets a turn to throw it in the hoop and we're playing the jump ball that way as well. Rule against two. Well, that one's a little too long. Oh, what about something shorter? What are you making that noise for? It bleeds when I fart hard. Hey, you need to go to the doctor. Why are you up? The next rule is going to be don't get up. I don't expect y'all to follow that, but I'm just going to write it up here anyway.
Again, one of my favorite guys. But anyway, that's just random things that students say, and so if you've ever been in a class where people do random stuff, you understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, supplies for my classroom. Pencils or pens. Please use blue or black ink. I will ask that you bring one of those 100-page composition notebooks, or just one of the spiral-bound notebooks. Right now, you can get 2 for $1 at Walmart. And I also saw them for 37 cents at Walmart. So go get one if you haven't already bought one. Or if you want to, you can get a folder or binder that you could fill up with paper and use that as your interactive notebook as well. Some people say, "Well, I don't have a composition book." Well, use a folder. It's not a problem. Also, you'll need a computer issued by the school and an endless desire to learn math. We're going to be doing math every day. And so please bring that endless desire to learn some math every day. Updates to school policy. There are updates to the school dress code and the tardy policy. I think y'all are going to find the tardy policy very much more lenient than it was last year. However, we are sticking to that tardy policy. And now that everybody's pretty much inside the building and not having to go from one end of the campus to the other in the portables and stuff, you should make it to class on time. So follow the tardy policy. Also, we do have updated safety procedures. If you didn't notice, you can't get into the building unless you have an adult letting you into the building, or if you have an ID that will open the doors. A lot of the doors around campus, or all the doors on campus, should be locked, and the only way you can get in is if an adult lets you in, or your badge opens up the door. And I don't know that students' badges open up the doors yet, but again, teachers or an adult should be by the door to let you in. Excuse me. Because of recent happenings especially at Uvalde, it is imperative that all the doors be locked at all times while students are in the building. I do have a PowerPoint that I want to show you. This PowerPoint does come from Dr. Cruz, one of our administrators here on campus, and I'm going to show this to you and go over it just briefly so that we can have some conversations about this when I come back. So, welcome to Linear. This is our principal, Moises Ortiz. And this is Dr. Cruz and Miss Silva. They are the 9th grade assistant principals and counselors. This is Mr. Hilliard and Miss Aragus, the 10th grade counselor and administrator. This is the 11th grade assistant principal and the 11th grade counselor, Miss Claudia Garza and Miss Jennifer Sanchez. This is the 12th grade administrator, Miss Cifuentes, who's also my direct supervisor, and Miss Norma Pacheco, who is the 11th grade counselor this year. So if you're a senior, know these people. Be really good friends with them, because they will help you graduate this year and leave the hallowed halls of Linear High School. Now, if you see at the very top, it says that the 2003 class sponsors are Miss or Kay O'Connor. I'm not sure who that person is. I haven't met them yet. And Jay Martinez. That would be me. However, I'm more of an assistant just to help her or help him get through the class sponsorship. By no means am I a class sponsor, but I'm willing to help. This is our head counselor, Miss Angelica Lozano. Excuse me. It's back to school on Tuesday, and this is our bell schedule. I have the bell schedule posted in the front of the classroom by the smart board. And as you can see, we have 45-minute classes. The only class that is a little bit longer is second period, where we will have vote time. And this is going to be like, not a study hall, but more of a time where we could do administrative stuff, like get you paperwork and things like that. It's a longer period, and this is, of course, when we'll have an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the bell rings at 4:15 to leave, and it rings at 8:40 to start class. So please be on time, and ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we won't have any problems this year. All right, moving right along. Lanier is a closed campus. First lunch, people, the Fine Arts Building, the main building, the first floor and the second floor, the Blue Hall and the Green Hall. Okay, second lunch is the LAC, the Fieldhouse CTE building. In the main building, if you're on the second floor, it's the Orange Hall, which we're in right now. So if you have me for fourth period, you have second lunch. And there's also room numbers 2102, 2104, and 2105. I'm not sure why that's a negative 2125, but we'll figure that out. I guess it's just a typo. All right. Frontline. You can click, you can scan this QR code, and I'll leave this up for a little bit. But if you want to start a new account, or if you already have an account and you just want to sign in, you can register by clicking on this QR code and getting on Frontline. It's really important that you get on Frontline because, look, I know some of y'all are in athletics, some of y'all are in band or in other places where you need to be eligible to participate. Y'all, let me just tell you that getting on Frontline is essential so that you know your absences, so that you're not one of those seniors at the end of the year going, I didn't know I was absent 187 times to first period. Yeah, well, check Frontline. It tells you how many times you've been absent. Okay? Please look at Frontline. All right, I'll leave this up there for just a little bit longer. And again, please sign up to Frontline. I know most of y'all have an account there already. All right. Let's see. Attendance. Well, this is more or less just for me, but just to let everybody know, you must be in school 90% of the time to receive a passing grade, to receive credit in your class. Now, you can get 100 in a class and know everything in that class and be able to even teach the class. However, if you're not here 90% of the time, then you will not receive credit in that class. And for you seniors, that is very important. So basically it works this way. If you have 10 or more unexcused absences in the 6-month period, then that's pretty much the telltale sign right there. We have 187 days of school, so that means you cannot have more than really 19 days of absences. Okay, so just please be here every day, be here on time, and again, bring that strong desire to learn, not only just math, but every class. All right. Tardy policy. Tardy policy is rather lengthy, ladies and gentlemen, but again, we have tardy number 1. The teacher will provide a verbal warning and mark it in grade book. Tardy number 2. The teacher will give you a verbal warning again, and we will mark it, and we will inform parents of your second tardy, and just say, hey, look, next tardy will be detention. Okay, so this time you get 2 tardies, and then on the third tardy you get a detention. Fourth tardy, teacher will follow the steps for 1, 2, and 3, and again this time you'll have a grade counselor will have will intervene. On the fifth tardy, you'll have to have a parent conference, and hopefully find a way to change that tardy behavior. And then sixth tardy, front line again, teacher referral. Now this time you may have to serve some OCI, and we will have some administrative action there. Seventh tardy, again, another day in OCI. Eighth tardy, OCI, with a behavior modification to a behavior plan, why you're having to be tardy. Ninth tardy will require a parent shadow, so your parents will have to shadow you in your classes, see why you're late to classes, I guess. And then finally on the 10th tardy, OCI and attendance committee will review the referral to create and submit an IAP, or intervention action plan, for people who are excessively tardy like this. Now, tardies do reset every 3 weeks. Last year, it reset every week, but now you have 3 weeks to accumulate these tardies. It's a longer time, but we're asking that you don't be tardy. Just don't be tardy. Most of y'all just go across the hall or down the hall to the restroom. From class to class. Sorry. Restroom and hallway expectations. Teachers will receive 1 restroom lanyard hallway pass with the teacher's name and room number during back to school professional development. And I will receive mine. It's in the front of the classroom, hanging right there. Teachers will receive 1 bound hallway restroom pass for students to log in. There is a sign-in sheet right there by the door where you can also sign in and out the pass. What else? Students are not allowed to leave the classroom during the first and last 15 minutes of class. Since our classes are 45 minutes long, that means only the middle 15 minutes of class, y'all. The 15 minutes of class. This is school policy, and this is what I will follow. So it's pretty much what it was last year, but please adhere to this rules. And again, if I lose my pass, guess what? No passes for the remainder of until I get a new one. Alrighty, let's see. All students must have hallway pass while in the hallway during instructional time. Only 1 student at a time may leave the classroom. Any lost hallway passes were reported to the department chairs. There will be a $35 replacement fee that will be deducted from your department budget. Students indicating any mention of health issues must report to the clinic rather than the hallway. And if there is a medical issue, they should they will inform us of that, and hopefully we can take care of that situation without you having to be impeded upon by our hallway expectations. Clinic and hallway traffic expectations during instructional time. We do have clinic passes, and we do have passes to the main office. So if you are needing of those, of course, I will have those. There are no substitute passes for the clinic or hallway passes. So it's only the teacher thing that we have. Hopefully, I will have my pass when I get back on Thursday. All right. Let's see. There's a dress code policy. Everybody should receive a copy of this. If you haven't received a copy of this, I will go over this more in depth on Thursday. And then finally, clubs and organizations. We have tons of clubs and organizations here at Lanier High School. And so if you're not involved in something, get involved. It makes being here a lot more fun. All right. Also, if you are not comfortable reporting a crime or suspicious activity to the SAPD officer, please feel free to contact the school administrator, principal, teacher, or counselor. If you're still uncomfortable reporting suspicious activity, report it to the SISD Safe Schools program by using the phone number 210-227-8477. Or you can go to www.p3campus.com or the P3 mobile app. You will remain anonymous, and we'll monitor it for 7 days. And it's monitored 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. See something, hear something, say something. Help us keep each other safe, and especially in lieu of all the things that have been going on with schools, you want to make sure that you are help keeping your safe and your friends and family safe. Let's see, I believe that is it for this presentation. So let me go ahead and end this. And if you have any questions, of course, I will be more than happy to answer you on Thursday. Classroom policies. Please sign in daily. I will have a sign-in sheet daily up there in the front. So please sign in. Just put your initials in the first box for Monday, second box for Tuesday, third box for... I usually have the dates there, but because I'm not there, they hopefully put a sign-in sheet there for you to sign in every day. I use this to help me keep track of your absences and tardies and any missing assignments you have. So if you say, well, I wasn't here yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, you weren't here yesterday, here's the assignment. But if you were there that day, then you should have the assignment. Okay? Participate actively. I'm just asking you to be an active participant. No head down. Don't be on your phone. And, you're here to learn math, or at least you should be here to learn math, so please participate actively. Please bring your school supplies every day. Even if we don't use your interactive notebook, please bring it. It is imperative that you have your notes with you. That way, if you have a question, you're like, oh yeah, he went over this. So you'll have that available to you. Complete notes at home. This is for my calculus and my pre-calculus students. Algebra 2, we'll be doing something a little bit different this year. You probably will have some notes to do at home. However, most of the stuff will be done in class. There's a new model that we're trying out, and so, but calculus and pre-calculus, you will have a flipped classroom, which means notes at home, homework in class. For those of you that had me last year, you're very familiar with this, and those of you that didn't have me last year, you will become very familiar with how to flip the classroom and doing the notes at home and doing the homework in class. Please limit phone usage in class. And by that I mean, look, I am not going to say I'm going to cure your addiction to phone usage. If you need to have your phone out, I understand, but please have that face down, on silent, in class. If there is an important phone call that you have to make, you can step outside to do so. However, remember, the doors are going to be locked, so the only way to get let back into my classroom will be for me opening the door. And that's something I didn't go over in a previous slide, and that is the door to my classroom has to remain locked at all times. So the only person that is allowed to open that door is me. People are going to knock at the door. They're going to knock until I open the door. Okay? This is just a safety procedure so that not anybody's just opening that door. Okay? And sometimes it'll take me 30 seconds to open that door. It might take me a minute just so I can complete my thought with the students that are in the class. Limit the number of times that you are out of the class. This is just safety procedure, and it's just to ensure that you're getting the most instruction possible while you're here at school. All right. And then we have something for Thursday. Algebra 2 students, my pre-calculus students, look at the parent graphs above the smart board. There should be, I want to say there should be like 7 or 8 parent graphs. What I want you to ask yourself are 2 questions. What are some key features of each graph that distinguishes one graph from the other? Okay, so look at the linear one, look at the quadratic, look at the cubic. What's some key features that they have in common? What key features do they have that are different? Not only that, I want you to ask yourself, what are the domain and the range of each of these graphs? That's for my pre-calculus and my calculus, my pre-calculus and my Algebra 2 students. We'll be talking about this on Thursday when I come back to class. Calculus. Calculus, I want you to work on the summer packet that was given to you at the end of the school year last year. If you did not get a packet, one will be given to you by Thursday. I do have a list of like 5 or 6 students that did not receive the packet. So if you don't have your own personal packet, please look on with somebody that does have a packet in class, and at least one person should have the packet, and so hopefully y'all can all work on that together. But I do have packets run off for students who need a packet that did not get one at the end of the year, because I did not see every single student at the end of the year, but I saw, again, like 90% of the students. Alrighty. Well, that's the end of my presentation, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope that you all do me 2 favors real quick for the Algebra 2 students and pre-calculus students. Please take a picture of the parent graphs and take a picture of this slide right here so that you'll know what questions to ask of yourself by Thursday. And that's what you're going to be working on until I get back. Again, I'm so sorry I could not be with you there today. But I hope that I'll get to see you there on Thursday, and have a wonderful week, and I hope you have a wonderful start of the school year.